Well, hello, and welcome to the Tea with Tea. Today, I'm going to be talking about awareness. That's where it all starts. Self-love and awareness are the beginning of truly living. No, it's not easy, and it's honestly kind of painful to become aware of the world and how it truly is after being programmed to see the world a certain way. It's like a shock to the system when you first become aware. And it's something I couldn't explain to you even if I tried my best. It's different for everybody. Everybody experiences it differently. Everybody becomes aware at different points in their life, if ever. There are some people who never do. There are some people who live and die by the matrix, and that's their prerogative. But I will say, despite all the mess that I've been through in life and the things that I still struggle with, I would never choose to go back to being unaware. I just wouldn't. Just like how some people, once they become aware that we're living in a matrix, and if you've seen my previous videos, you know what I mean when I say the matrix, they get overwhelmed and they're like, honestly, I wish I could go back to before I was aware and just go back to living in the matrix. It was easier. And yeah, in a lot of aspects, it is easier. It's easier to just be a robot and do what everybody else tells you to do, live how everybody else tells you to live, because that's what they want you to do. So they make that easy for you, no matter what route that is, no matter how that may look for you. They make it easy because that's how they want you to live. They want you to be unaware. They want you to just do what you think you should be doing versus what you really want to be doing. They want to influence you so much that despite what your intuition is telling you to do, you go against that and do what they tell you to do. And once you're aware of that, you become dangerous to the system because they can't control you anymore. And oh boy, will they try. Not even just them, but the programming that you have pretty much since birth that keep you away from this awareness. It doesn't just go away. I still struggle with this to this day. Even once you are aware of what life really is, the universe, the system, everything, once you have that awareness, it is intense. It's a struggle to let that programming go, and it will keep coming back up. Like, hey, you're doing this thing that's not what you normally do. If you're doing this thing that is not what people tell you you should do, and it sets off all these alarms like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. This is probably not a good idea. And your brain gives you 8,000 reasons why you shouldn't do it, even though your intuition gives you the one reason that you truly need to do it, because it would bring you the most happiness. It would excite you the most. It would make you feel alive instead of just surviving. And most people don't follow their intuition anymore. And I'm one of those people where I was not following my intuition and even still struggle to follow it in every moment. There are still times where I ignore my intuition, unintentionally, where my body and my intuition, my soul is telling me, hey, this is what you want to do. And everything else in me is telling me no. So then I don't do it, thinking for whatever reason, maybe it's bills or society or whatever it may be, all these reasons running through my brain of why I shouldn't do that thing. Even though following your intuition is of utmost importance. That is one of the most important things you can do, is follow your intuition or follow your heart, however you want to describe it. Obviously, you have to be able to discern the difference between impulse and intuition. But once you know that what you're feeling is your intuition and not fear or impulse or anxiety or any of that, you should always follow it. Even if it's telling you to drop everything and move out of the country, even though that seems crazy or impossible, if that's what your intuition is telling you to do, you need to do it. And I know this is all easier said than done. Trust me. I'm saying it, and as I'm saying it, I'm like, you're low-key a hypocrite, because I'm still working on this. So I'm not really a hypocrite, but that's that voice in your head that will tell you all the negative things to try and get you back into that matrix mindset. And once you're aware of that, you're able to observe those thoughts and then release them. So yeah, I had that thought that I'm a hypocrite for telling you all to follow your intuition when I don't follow my own, or at least not all the time. But I'm not a hypocrite. This is something I'm working on. This is something I aim towards every single day, is to follow my intuition, my awareness grows every time that I follow my intuition and I'm able to trust myself more. Whenever I make these decisions based on my intuition, it builds my self-trust and like, okay, I was right. That was my intuition and I need to follow that more often. And things work out better when you follow your intuition. Even if it may not seem like that at first, everything's always happening for your greatest good. So if you follow your intuition and it makes people distance themselves from you or not support you in what you're doing or makes society judge you, whatever the case may be, it's for your greatest good, because you need those experiences in order to get where you're going, in order to become the version of you that can hold what you really want, the life you really want. Every experience is aiding your awareness. It's aiding your growth and it's helping you become the version of you that you truly want to be. So be aware of your intuition, be aware of what you really want, and go after it. I know there's all these limiting factors, or so we think, all these limiting beliefs that we have, that we don't have the money, we don't have the resources, we can't travel, whatever the case may be. Those are just limiting beliefs. If you believe with every fiber of your being that you have everything you need right now in this moment to accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish, it will happen. Even if you can't see it right now, even if it takes days, weeks, months, if you wholeheartedly believe that you need nothing more than just your sheer will to want to accomplish something, everything will just fall into place. The opportunities will present themselves, the resources will present themselves, everything will just come to you if you just believe that you don't need anything else but yourself to accomplish anything you want. And it all starts with awareness. In my opinion, awareness and self-love go hand in hand. Because you can be aware, but if you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to create the life you want. And I speak from experience. Like, I'm still working on growing and creating and becoming the version of me that I truly want to be, that I truly am. But when I didn't love myself as much as I do now, my life was a lot dimmer. And don't get me wrong, I still struggle. Like I said, it's an active process. But when I hated myself, I hated everything around me, everyone around me. Maybe hate's a strong word, but disliked everything and everyone. All my experiences felt negative or heavy. And even the good ones, it was like I couldn't even appreciate them because I was just so full of negativity. So ever since I started loving myself more, I've started loving everything else more, everyone else more. And every experience I have, I see from a positive point of view, which is also something I'm still working on. Sometimes I'll experience something that's appears to be negative and I'll have a negative mindset about it, cry, be upset, whatever it may be, and then I catch myself and I'm like, why am I really feeling this way though? Because I don't want to feel like this. I become aware of my feelings, my emotions, which we can choose. You can choose your emotions. But this is why I think everything starts with awareness and self-love. Because if you're aware and you love yourself, everything else just comes to you. Even if not in the moment, even if everything's not manifesting the way you want, that knowledge is coming to you without you having to fight for it, without you having to ask for it, without you having to search for it. The knowledge you seek will come to you if you're aware and open and love yourself. Obviously, you have to be open to receiving it, because if you're not open, you're not going to receive it. But we are all connected to the quantum field, the universe, source, God, whatever you want to call it. We're all connected to that, and it's an infinite source of knowledge, intelligence. And we all can tap into that. You just have to learn how. And it's different for everybody. Meditation is a good way, talking to yourself, journaling, all different kinds of ways, praying, however you want to go about it, and depending on your beliefs. But we are all connected to source. We are all connected to infinite intelligence. And once you realize that, all you have to do is tap into it. Once you love yourself and combine that with this awareness, the world is yours. Once you unlearn all the programming and limiting beliefs and all that, which is what I'm working on, which is what I'm going through. Parts of me, unfortunately, still believe that I don't deserve the life that I'm creating. And I self-sabotage sometimes still. But I'm aware of it. So even though it may be too late by the time I'm aware that I'm self-sabotaging, I am still aware of it. at some point. And every time I do something or think something that's not aligned with who I really am, I become aware of it and I reroute the thought or I change my actions accordingly. That is what's important. So no, this is not easy. It is not easy to be aware of the world that we're living in and how it operates, but it's worth it. And I say that as someone who is still struggling to unlearn everything and truly become the person she knows she is. That's another thing. Speaking in third person really helps. Saying your affirmations in third person, like she is beautiful, she is wealthy, she is healthy. Speaking of myself, of course, but for some reason speaking it in third person really just kind of enforces that notion that you are the observer. So my body, I am Taryn, right? But my thoughts, my consciousness, my connection to source or infinite intelligence, that's the observer. And a lot of people will come up with an alter ego or like a new name for that observer consciousness, which is who you really are. You're not the meat suit. So when you speak your affirmations and such in third person, it's as if your consciousness, your true consciousness, is telling your body, your three-dimensional being, that you are those things. So it's almost like being told by someone who loves you that you are those things. So imagine the person you love most on the planet, right? Telling you you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're healthy, you're deserving, telling you all those things. Why wouldn't you believe them, right? Because you love them, they love you, you trust them, they trust you, and they've never lied to you. You have no reason not to believe them. So speak your affirmations and even goals, like have a conversation with yourself. I do that, and I know it sounds crazy, but whenever I'm having trouble making a decision, I will speak out loud to myself. Okay, here are my options. Here's the pros and cons for this, pros and cons for that. Let's talk through it. And I literally just talk out loud with myself on what I should be doing, like how I should make this decision, how I should go about it. And it's super helpful because when you're stuck in your head, it's so easy to get sidetracked and think negative thoughts or distracting thoughts that are unrelated. It makes you just avoid the thing altogether. But speaking out loud almost heightens that awareness and allows you to approach things from a different perspective, from your true perspective, from your source consciousness, from your true self. So yeah, become aware, lock in with that awareness, and everything starts to change. No, it may not be easy, but it's worth it. And let me know your thoughts on awareness. Let me know your techniques or tips and tricks that help you stay aware and present in the moment, that help you make decisions when you're struggling, or help you truly believe that you are the person you want to be. How do you deprogram yourself or remove limiting beliefs or delete limiting beliefs? Tell me. I'm interested to hear how everyone deals with this kind of stuff because, like I said, I still struggle with it, and I'd love some new ways to go about dealing with it and reprogramming myself, retraining my brain, forming these new neural pathways. So let's start a conversation about it. Tell me what you guys do. Tell me what you guys think. Let's help each other. And as always, I love you, love yourself, and let's grow together. You're just so cute.